Please state your name.
My name is Dennis Porter. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Satoshi Action Fund, which is a 501c4 nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that focuses on advocating for pro-Bitcoin mining policy across the country. I'm here in support of HB 764, and I think it would be valuable, before I jump into why I support this bill and the benefits that it has to offer, to briefly discuss what digital asset mining is and the benefits that it has to offer to the state of Missouri. In order to explain digital asset mining, I believe I need to briefly explain what Bitcoin is, which is the largest and most valuable digital asset today. Bitcoin is a fully digital currency that was created 14 years ago in 2009 in order to give people across the planet access to a form of money that can't be inflated or manipulated by central banks. Outside the USA, many nations face a crisis of value, which puts the economic stability of individuals at risk. This new money, Bitcoin, which allows individuals in war-torn nations to evade economic captures through self-custody. It allows individuals in developing nations an opportunity to access financial services via its permissionless nature, and it gives people in nations like Argentina a chance to escape hyperinflation due to Bitcoin's hard supply cap. In order for Bitcoin to provide these opportunities and features to its users across the planet, digital assets like Bitcoin require physical infrastructure. That physical infrastructure is not so different from the physical infrastructure the internet requires in order for you to be able to buy something on Amazon or search for a new restaurant on Google. The infrastructure for the internet is what we call today data centers. Well, Bitcoin also requires data centers in order to function properly. Those data centers are called Bitcoin miners. This new wave of public infrastructure from digital assets like Bitcoin is necessary to maintain its network, process transactions, and secure billions of dollars of value globally for users who participate in Bitcoin. But this nascent form of public data center infrastructure can also serve another purpose. In the United States, we face a growing energy crisis. Our electrical infrastructure struggles to keep up as we sprint towards the energy transition. We see growing brownouts and blackouts as the cost of energy increases for ratepayers across this and other states. In Missouri, since 2008 alone, the average cost of energy for ratepayers has increased nearly 30%, and in recent Winter Storm Elliott, thousands went without power. These are growing problems. However, there are solutions to help resolve some of these issues we face on the grid today. Grid operators have been developing new grid balancing programs, such as demand response, which increase the flexibility of the grid. This program asks customers to shut off when there isn't enough generation available to meet current demand. Jurisdictions which implement these infrastructure grid balancing programs will offer cheaper rates or discounts to customers that participate. The problem with these programs is that most customers don't want to shut off their power, even if they get a cheaper rate in return. This is where Bitcoin mining can come into play. Bitcoin miners are uniquely positioned to participate in demand response programs due to their ability to turn on and off in a moment's notice. And they can shut off for as long as grid operators need in order for them to evade certain catastrophes. Even traditional data centers have a difficult time matching this flexible response of digital asset data miners. And due to this flexibility, grid operators in Missouri can depend on Bitcoin miners for a reliable response during peak demand or emergencies, which allows your state to avoid building expensive and often carbon-intensive infrastructure such as peaker plants. It may even help your state avoid future brownouts and blackouts. In Texas, during Winter Storm Elliott, miners returned nearly 1,500 megawatts of power to the grid to help keep the heat on for ratepayers during that emergency. If I would have had the opportunity to pass these packets out, and hopefully you get a chance to take a look at them later, but this is a grid response on the grid in ERCOT, which shows Bitcoin miners winding down in response to the winter storm there in order to provide 1,500 megawatts of power back to the grid during that emergency. To put that number in context, 1,500 megawatts is enough power to heat 1.5 million homes or power 300 large hospitals. These wind downs also did not just occur in Texas. In fact, there is data available to back up the claim that miners responded across the United States. During Winter Storm Elliott, nearly 30% of the Bitcoin hash rate came offline to help keep rates down and power available to customers who needed it most during those emergencies. In the second page of that packet, when you get a chance to look at it, you will notice that 30% of the entire Bitcoin network went down during December 23rd to December 25th. The most impressive part about this response is that the network, which provides financial services globally and secures billions in value for people across the planet, saw 0 interruptions. On top of its grid benefits, miners are also employing thousands of individuals nationwide. Large mines can create 200 to 300 jobs, and most of these mines are built in rural and economically depressed zones that were left out of the tech boom. These data centers operators will often invest millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars into the communities that they operate within. These benefits are why I believe Missouri and every state in this nation should try its best to find ways to attract this new industry to their borders. A simple and effective way to do that is to provide regulatory certainty for this new industry. HB 764 provides this regulatory certainty by affirming the state and the people of Missouri want the jobs, the investment, and the grid stabilizing benefits of Bitcoin mining to come to their state. That regulatory certainty comes from several protections within the bill which prevent local jurisdictions from discriminating against Bitcoin mining, but it also ensures that local jurisdictions in Missouri have the tools necessary to keep out bad actors, something that is good for Missouri and good for the greater Bitcoin mining industry. Similar bills in Montana and Mississippi also passed through the committee and Senate in both of those states. And I hope this committee and Missouri will join in those states and begin providing the stable ground new industries often seek when they determine which states to operate within. I once again am here to urge you to vote yes on HB 764. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.